Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Postpape. In the previous video we're talking about how to choose your title and how to choose the thing that you are going to search on, the topic. And today we're going to discuss the most important part in your research, which is the introduction. And we could define it as a problem statement. Okay, the problem statement shows how much you are so distinct about this topic and how much you have researched it, and you have a lot of gap in this research. And it's so important a door we could open, and then we could go on to the literature review. So the problem statement is so important for your research. The introduction that give all the people that are gonna read your research again a door and define for what you're gonna talk about and how much you are researched about this problem. In brief, the problem statement you could define each of this. Firstly, the context. Second, the gap. And third, define the specific problem. And fourth, why it's matter. So the first thing, the context. The context is how you could define your problem and defining the issue, and then telling them that this issue happens actually and how it happens and how it is gonna make the statics. Okay, you can make briefly of the statics that you have got in your actual research. Then you could make a brief for your statics in this introduction. And second thing, show the gap. I told you in the previous video that when you choose the title of your research, you should know the gap in this field. Then the gap give you a lot of advantages in your research, because your research got a gap full and it's gonna make something new in this field. So you have to fill this gap and define it in your introduction. Third thing, you have talking in the context and in the gap about the full program and the full topic. If you are going to talk about cancer, for example, or about a syndrome, the physiological syndrome, so you're going to talk about it not so detailed in the context and the gap. So you're going to talk about briefly and how it's making influence on the people. So all of that you're going to define it in the context and in the gap. In the third part, you're going to define what is the specific problem that you could fall in this field. For example, I'm talking about Tourette syndrome or about cancer. Anyways, you're gonna cancer, okay? So the cancer have a syndrome, and not everyone talking about the syndrome, but in instance it influences a lot of people. So I could catch a method and give away an introduction about the thing that I'm detailing talking about in my research. The final part, highlight the importance of what you're talking about. This something is actually already known in this field, how do you define the importance for your research to give it a mass in the research word. So the importance of your research, it's gonna be make it in your introduction. Okay, it's not an actual the abstract of the thing. No, it's in the introduction, because introduction are giving the people that reading the research how the researcher is all known about this topic and what is the thing that he's gonna provide this field with, and it's worthy to read this research or gonna our resources from it or not worthy. So the introduction is very, very important, and you should actually rely on it, and you should put your efforts in that part, because the part that when the people are reading on the chart and the door and then opening the door, because they have loved this chart and having this introduction. And that our video today, and I hope this was helpful for you and you could find and do your statement of the problem. The thing would be so similar for your personal statement that you could write it in the paragraph. You could write about yourself. Make the thing that you are talking about your heart, you're talking about your son. Then you could write a very perfect personal statement, and then you could write a very perfect problem statement about this topic. That was our video for today, and then bye.